Hello. Good evening from Benin City, Nigeria. Good evening. Good afternoon to someone here. Good night to someone else. Good morning, depending on where you are clicking in from around the world. I'll wait to see a comment or two from those who are joining me live. I'm live on LinkedIn. I'm also live on YouTube for some of my YouTube family. Yes, the mechanic is here live. So I'm live on if you can see me, please let me know. Hi, Eunice, I see you. Fantastic. So we're on. I'm just checking my LinkedIn on my phone to be sure that we are where we say we would be. On LinkedIn, it is showing me event is about to start. So I'm wondering why I'm seeing it this way. Just give me one moment. I'm checking my LinkedIn to see what the challenge could be. Okay, I can see it now live. So we're good. Tech and the challenges. I have like 3 different internet providers here just in case one misbehaves, the other will kick in right away. Just give me a moment. I'm checking right here. Just give me a moment, please. For some reason, it's still showing that the event hasn't started on LinkedIn. So I'm checking. Details. Analytics. Okay, we'll carry on. We will carry on. And I'm so glad that you all are here with me tonight. Tonight's or today's topic is developing gut confidence for speakers. Now, this stems from the need that I hear of all the time. It's a question that I get a lot. Now, what's one of the reasons why I get this question? 16 years plus, I have been a speaker on stage as an event host MC professionally. I have also, for the same 16 years plus, trained mid to senior level executives all around the world. And I have been, what's the word? Blessed, favored, honored to do something that I love so much. I have worked with corporates from different angles of the economy, from manufacturing to retail to banking to entertainment to religious organizations, teaching executives, subject matter experts, professionals how to present their ideas and desires in ways that the audience can relate to and in ways that are understandable. So it's been my joy all these years to do this. So I find that several times, either as a master of ceremonies or encountering executives at different events where I have spoken as a keynote speaker or a panelist, a lot of people reach out to me and go, why are you so confident doing this? What gives you the guts? Like, how did you get this good? X, Y, Z, A, B, C, right? And it recurs and recurs. And in my trainings, I found that one of the reasons a lot of professionals who are successful at one thing or the other one of the reasons why a lot of this professional struggle is hinged on this, not just confidence, but gut confidence. Yes, Sandra, I hear it all the time that I do it with so much ease. And the foundation of this ease, or a major part of the foundation of this ease, is gut confidence. Now, there's confidence that can be gotten from other places besides the gut. There's confidence that comes from someone encouraging you. There's confidence that comes from using some support. Like, I have a client who, for a long time, whenever she had an engagement, she would go for the engagement head on, but she would drink before the event. So she would be very tipsy. And so she would get some level of confidence. So there's confidence that comes from other external sources. But today we're talking about gut confidence, the one that goes with you everywhere you go. Why is this important? When the external sources of confidence are not there, what would you do? What happens? When the external sources of confidence diminish or disappear, what happens to you, right? So it's a major concern. And that's why we're talking about gut confidence today. So I'm going to ask, before I jump in, if this is making sense to you, if this sounds like what is helpful to you, just leave me a comment. I would like to be sure that people can hear me. Let me know that you hear me loud and clear. If you need to get my attention for something, please put it in the chat. I'm checking right here to my left. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at my LinkedIn. So I want to see the chats that might be coming in there, because I can't see all the chats on my StreamYard. So I'm looking at my LinkedIn here to get some of the comments and the chats. And if you're on YouTube, please drop a comment as well, and I would see. I'm waiting to see. Okay, Kumbi says MS. MS says means makes sense. Sandra says we can hear you. Fantastic. So I'm going to jump right into the solution, because this is why you came, right? And if you haven't already told somebody where you are, perhaps this is a good time to forward the link at the bottom there. You can see that arrow, the bent arrow, that is the share arrow. You can share it to a friend and say, hey, this is what we're discussing. Come in and learn with us. We would be so glad to have you here with us, right? So I would share immediately what the solution is to building gut confidence, and then I'll take questions. Hopefully we'll be here 30 minutes or thereabouts. So there is a formula, a straightforward, simple formula. And if you remember this formula, every time you are in need of confidence, you can easily generate your confidence again from your guts. What is this formula? I'll show you on the screen. It is 2 legs. I know, I have. Please, if you can see this, put it in the chats for me. Put IK plus IH, or you can put K plus H. Or if you want to write it out in full, why not? I know plus I have. Meanwhile, for those of us in Nigeria, are you feeling this heat? The heat is defying air conditioning, fans. The heat has been incredible. Yes, good evening and welcome. So I'm waiting to see some comments about I know. Yes, K plus H. Yes, thank you so much. I know I have. So what do you know? Concerning that topic, remember this is for speakers and this is for people who need to generate confidence to speak. Concerning that topic you've been asked to speak on, let's say you've been asked to give an end of month or end of year report in your organization, or you've been asked to speak on corporate on some financing for tech startups because you are in the space of startups or you're in the space of finance, or you've been asked to speak on developing confidence, or you've been asked to speak on any topic that is around your space. Let me start by saying we are hardly ever asked to speak on topics that have nothing to do with us. More often than not, if you are invited by an organization, including the organization where you work, and you are given a topic to speak to, it is very likely a topic that is within your space, or people believe you have some level of expertise or knowledge in this area. So the first thing to ask is, what do I know about this topic? And guess what? It doesn't end at your thinking. You pick a pen and you write down, what do I know? I know this, I know that, I know this, I know that. Next thing you can do, and I advise you should do for your confidence to go up, remember it's about developing confidence, right? Is to ask the person who has invited you to speak, what answers or what questions would you want my speech, my talk, my presentation to deliver on? What are the questions you want me to answer in the course of my presentation? Do you know that many speakers do not ask this question when they're invited to speak? You receive an invite in your email or a phone call, and they say, hey, we'd really love you to speak to storytelling as a way of passing on tradition and culture to the next generation. And you go, oh, wow, nice. Thank you so much. I'll be there. And then you're perplexed, like, oh my gosh, why? What? Where am I supposed to start from? Ask the person who has invited you to speak. Give me 2 questions, 3, 4, 5 questions you want me to answer in the course of my presentation. And they would say, oh, you can answer this, that, and the other. That gives you clarity. And what does clarity bring? Confidence. Please, if this is making sense to you, write something in the chat. You can write something, or you can write the number 1. If this is making sense to you, just give me the number 1, just that digit 1. So ask. Now that you know, remember, confidence is sitting on I know and I have. Now that you know what is being expected of you, what happens to your confidence? It goes up. You are clearer on what to say, what is expected of you. So your confidence goes up. So the next time you are invited to speak, please, by all means, ask, what questions are my presentation supposed to answer? Okay. Second thing is, you could also ask, why me? Why am I the one asked to deliver on this presentation or to deliver on this topic? And the person will say to you, oh, Ibuku, it's because last year we saw that you spoke on this topic at so-and-so event, and we really loved it and decided to bring you to us. Oh, or they'll say to, oh, Ubawuchi, Onyechi, the reason we asked you to do this is because we know you received an award in this regard, XYZ award, and we would love you to share with our audience using the perspective of the award. And that just sheds light. That just gives you peace. That gives you confidence. So ask questions. Ask to know. You want to know what your audience is expecting. You want to know why you were the one asked to speak. You also want to know something like, what are the possible questions that could arise when my audience listens to my talk? Why? So that you are better prepared for those questions. And when you feel better prepared, what happens to your confidence? It goes up because you now know. Then the other thing is, I have. What do you have? I have experience. I have practiced. I have. So what do you have that can add to your confidence? It could be, I have an understanding of exactly what my audience is seeking. So you see, you have this understanding that takes your confidence up. I have Joy Boma as my friend, so I could go ask her to prep with me before my presentation. I have Joy. Now, let's assume that Joy works with the organization that invited me to speak. I have Joy. So I can call Joy and say, hey, Joy, how you doing? Someone from your organization called me to speak on so-and-so topic. Oh, you're aware, fantastic. So Joy, would you mind speaking with me just for the next few minutes? Tell me a few things to expect. What's your audience like? Who would be there? Why? I have Joy. I have Joy, and therefore I call Joy, or I call Kumbi, or I call Sandra, or I call Youth Satisfied, or I call Ozioma, or I call the mechanic. What other names can I see here? Yes, give me those heart signs. Give me the heart signs. Give me the heart signs. If you're here, give me the heart signs. Let me see that you are following me. Give me those, tap on those signs at the bottom. It could be the thumbs up sign or the clap sign or the light bulb sign, but give me one of those signs so we see. Because I have Joy. So what do I have? I have MC Love Diamond. And I might say to Love Diamond, Love Diamond, I see that you will be one of those at the event next week where I will be speaking to the topic I know I have. What are some questions you already have? When you hear the topic I know I have, what comes to mind? And then Love Diamond says, oh, this comes to mind, that comes to mind. What's she doing for me? She's providing me more clarity, more context. And what does context do? It increases confidence. So I have context. I have someone to reach out to. I have a full grasp of what is expected from me or of me. I have years of experience in this field, and so I have a lot of stories to tell. I have stories to tell. I have. What else do you have? Please, if this is useful to you, give me the letter 2, the number 2 digit. Just put 2 in there, because I need to know that this is helping you. What's the formula to developing gut confidence? I know plus I have, and that gives you confidence. So let's think right now to the last presentation you made where your confidence was waning. Can you think about it right now where your confidence was waning? Do you remember what was missing between I know and I have? Can you think now of what was missing? If you were to fill those gaps, the question of I know and I have, can you see now that already you would have been, or you could have been more confident? Now that you're thinking also about the next event where you're going to speak soon, if you use the formula of I know and I have, can you see your confidence rise already? Yes, you can. You can. Yes, you can. Please just hold on 1 minute. Hold on, just hold on. I'm checking. Hold on. I'm checking. Just give me a moment. So when you check this way, you would see Now, if you are looking to your event that is coming up in the future, now look at that event coming in your future, right? And use the formula of I know and I have. Does this give you more confidence toward the preparation for that program? If your answer is yes, please give me a 3 in the chat. Just give me a 3, that you can see how this formula would help you be more confident, to build the confidence that comes from your gut, not the confidence that you get because someone gave you a pat on the back. The confidence that comes from your gut. This gives you help. Fantastic. Then I'm glad that we are here. Now, what are some other areas? Thank you. I see your 3s coming in. I see your 3s coming in. Thank you. What are some other areas where people could focus on to increase gut confidence? Now that you have looked at I know, I have, something else could be missing, and that is I am ready. I will, I do, right? I am ready. Because you might know your material so well, you might also have the expertise, the experience, you have the people who would tell you, give you the context, but you're still not super clear on how to prepare for your presentation. And so that inability to prepare right can give you some level of lack of confidence. It could affect your confidence. Oh, yes, it could affect your confidence. So I have an offering, my online course called Prepare to Speak, where all that we do at Prepare to Speak is what? We prepare you to speak. We take you through a 3-step framework that prepares your mind for speaking. We prepare you to have the winning mindset for speaking. That's the first step of the framework. And then we show you how to structure, because when you know how to structure your talk, what's that called? That is, I have my structure. That is, I know my structure. What happens to confidence? Through the roof, right? So we show you how to structure your talk depending on what kind of talk or presentation it is. There are 4 universal kinds of presentations. We teach you what these 4 are. You would see where any of your talks will fall in, and then what kind of structure your talk could take, what shape or form your talk would take based on the kind and type of talk that it is, right? And if you don't know these things, it could leave you floating. Sometimes you keep wondering, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? And the moment you're saying to yourself, am I doing it right? Guess what's happening to your confidence at that time? Your confidence is waning. Your confidence is lagging. And we don't want your confidence to lag. We want your confidence to continuously shoot through the roof. So the first step is the mindset, the winning mindset for speaking. And then we take you through the structuring of your talk. And the final step of that framework is to understand the value of your speaking. Now, this has to do with what gains you could acquire and achieve by speaking in a prepared fashion. There are some people who will gain promotions at work because they know how to speak before audiences, representing the interests of their organizations. There are some people who will earn money because they understand the value of what it is they give through their speaking. Now, there are some clients of mine who have begun to earn money because they now understand the value of what they're saying and how they can put a price to it. Now, there's some people who are invited to speak around the world, right? Some of them have full-time jobs and they're invited by organizations and they say, hey, come in as a subject matter expert, speak to us for an hour or 2, and we pay you $3,000 to $5,000, $10,000 per hour. And the people say, okay, I can do that. If you make it $25,000 for the 2 days or the XY day, then I will be there. And they're flown in on business class or premium economy, first class. Why? They're bringing value. And therefore, they would get some value in exchange. But I also know that there are so many professionals, executives who are versed, who are experienced and have the expertise, but they do not understand the kind of value they bring, and so they never ask for anything in return, or they never position themselves to be on more valuable platforms. To be a keynote speaker at top-notch industry events that hold globally, that's value. But if you don't understand the value of what it is you have and what it is you know, you are not very likely to get to be on any of those platforms, even if it's something you wish for. So at Prepare to Speak, we take you through the framework of understanding the mindset, the structure, and the value. That way you are much better prepared to speak. The quality of your words, the quality of your presentation, the quality of your audience engagement will be dependent on how prepared you are. And guess what happens to your confidence when your preparation is top notch? Your confidence is 100%. And it is the confident speaker that is able to give the best value. It is the confident speaker that is relaxed before audiences. Why? They're ready for your questions. They're ready to engage. They're ready for the subject matter, and they're ready to elevate to even higher platforms. So if you are interested in being a part of my Prepare to Speak program, which runs even from now, because there is the online version where if you join the cohort, you can get access today and you start your program. Then there is the VIP, and we just rounded off the first cohort for 2024 last week. On the 23rd of February, we start off with the next cohort of Prepare to Speak VIP. Now, what's the difference between the Prepare to Speak and Prepare to Speak VIP? With the VIP, you have the lessons, the framework, and you have me as your coach. So every week for 4 weeks, we meet together in a virtual space and we talk about some of your wins, some of your opportunities, and we use scenario-based questions and simulations to prepare you even further for your engagements. You have my inputs, my expertise as your coach to help you achieve your desire and to help you achieve even more than you thought you may have. That's the job of a coach. And that's why it's a VIP session. So you don't only have the Prepare to Speak lessons and framework, you also have me. I have people within my clients within the last cohort who would say to me on a call, hey, Joyce, this is what is going on. This is what I need you to shed light on. How do I navigate this, navigate that? So you have feedback, you have insights, and you have all of 11 other classmates with you, or do I call them cohort members with you, because we take only 12 participants per cohort. So you have all of 11 other people whom you can interact with. They're mid to senior level executives like you. And so you can share ideas, build relationships, build and increase your networks, and so much more. I would take 1 or 2 questions now. So if you have a question for me around developing gut confidence as a speaker, or you have a question about Prepare to Speak, please put it in the chat right now, and I will attend to it immediately before we say our goodbyes for today. So I'll stand by for your questions. I'm checking my LinkedIn here for what questions might come in. And here I'm looking at YouTube to see if any questions come in. Okay, no questions so far. So you have me in the DM. Should you have a question that you're not willing to ask here, that's fine. Send me a DM and we'll make sure we respond to you. If you're interested to join the next cohort of Prepare to Speak, online course or VIP, please send me a DM right now and say, hey, Joyce, I'm ready to get this done with you. I will be excited, happy, honored to have you join me. And when we're done with this, If this has been useful and valuable to you, if you have learned something like Boma said, I never thought about it before, then please share this link to someone and say, this will be great 30 minutes for you to enjoy the learning that I just received. Okay, if you can't send a DM on LinkedIn, that's fine. Joyce at joycedaniels.net. That is my email. So please just send me an email. Joyce at joycedaniels. I'm writing it here. .net. That's my email. Please send me an email and I would receive it. Joyce at joycedaniels.net. Should I put that on the screen as well? I think I should. Joyce at joycedaniels.net. Okay. There it is on the screen very clearly. I would be looking forward to hearing from you. I thank you so much for the privilege of your time. I never take it for granted that people take out time to listen to me, to learn, to improve themselves. Why? We're in a world that there's so much information coming out at each and every one of us. So to have you give me your attention for 30 minutes, thank you so much. I wish you the best. And I wish you even more confidence on your journey. Now, I would like to host another LinkedIn Live next week. What would you like me to talk about? Send me a DM or send me an email to Joyce at joycedaniels.net and let the subject be topic for LinkedIn Live or possible topics for LinkedIn Live. Just write topics for LinkedIn Live and I would attend to you. Oh, yes, I will. And ensure that I come on live next week and answer your plea, not your plea, your call, right? Your mandates. Thank you all so much. Bye for now.